Imagine this. A man wakes up before dawn, heads to work, battles stress, and carries the weight of responsibility on his shoulders, all without complaint. He gives his best every single day, but when he comes home, he hears nothing. No appreciation, no acknowledgement, just expectations. Now ask yourself, how long can a man keep going without hearing the one thing that fuels his heart? The truth is, men crave appreciation more than they show, and yet only 1% of women truly understand the power of these words. Today, I'm going to reveal what most men will never say out loud, but desperately long to hear. Ladies and gentlemen, there is a powerful truth that remains hidden in most relationships. It is not that men don't love deeply. It is not that they don't give selflessly. It is not even that they don't feel pain. The truth is, men long to hear words of affirmation, words of respect, words of appreciation. But here's the shocking part. Only about 1% of women ever say it in a way that truly reaches their heart. You see, men are often seen as strong, as providers, as protectors. They are expected to carry the weight of responsibility without ever breaking down. They are told to be tough, to figure things out, to handle every challenge that life throws their way. And they do. They work hard, they fight battles we do not see, and they press forward even when they are weary. But what if I told you that behind every strong man is a heart that longs for one simple thing, a word of encouragement? Imagine the power of a woman who looks at her husband, her son, her father, or her brother and says, "I see how hard you're working. I see your sacrifices, and I respect you for them." Imagine the strength a man gains when he hears, "You are a good leader. I believe in you. I trust you." Words like these are rare, but they carry the power to shape a man's destiny. The Bible says, "Death and life are in the power of the tongue." Proverbs 18:21. A single word can lift a man to new heights, or it can tear him down. A woman who speaks life into a man inspires him to become the best version of himself. But here's the sad truth. Most women assume that men don't need to hear it. They think, "He already knows I appreciate him." But in reality, men are just as vulnerable to discouragement as anyone else. They need to hear those words. They need to know they are respected, not just loved. So today I challenge you, whether you are a wife, a daughter, a sister, or a friend, take a moment to say what only 1% of women ever say. "I see you, I appreciate you, I respect you." Because when a man hears that, something inside him awakens. He stands taller, he fights harder, he leads with confidence, and most importantly, he feels seen, valued, and deeply motivated to keep pressing forward. Speak life today and watch the men around you rise. Men thrive on words of encouragement, respect, and appreciation, yet very few women realize the deep impact their words can have on a man's confidence and sense of purpose. Words carry power, and the Bible reminds us in Proverbs 18:21, "Death and life are in the power of the tongue, and those who love it will eat its fruits." What we speak into the lives of others shapes their reality, their confidence, and their ability to fulfill their God-given purpose. Men, by nature, are often raised to be strong, independent, and resilient. Society conditions them to suppress emotions, solve problems without complaining, and shoulder burdens silently. The world expects them to provide, to protect, to lead, and to remain unshaken no matter how heavy the weight they carry. But the truth is, beneath that strength, every man has a deep desire to be affirmed. He longs to know that his efforts are seen, that his struggles are not overlooked, and that his sacrifices are valued. Yet, in many relationships, whether in marriage, family, or friendships, this essential affirmation is rarely spoken. Many women love deeply, but they express love differently. They show it through their actions, through care, devotion, and commitment. While these are powerful expressions, they often miss what truly speaks to the heart of a man: verbal affirmation. A man needs to hear in clear words that he is respected. Respect fuels his drive. It strengthens his resolve. It gives him the confidence to keep moving forward. In Ephesians 5:33, the Bible instructs, "However, let each one of you love his wife as himself, and let the wife see that she respects her husband." The emphasis on respect is not accidental. God designed men to respond to respect in the same way that women respond to love. Just as a woman flourishes when she feels cherished and adored, a man rises to his full potential when he feels respected and appreciated. Yet only a small percentage of women verbalize this in a way that deeply impacts a man's spirit. Imagine a man who has worked tirelessly to provide for his family. He wakes up early, faces challenges at work, and deals with pressures that no one sees. He comes home exhausted, knowing that he must do it all over again tomorrow. He does not complain because he believes it is his responsibility, but deep inside, he wonders if anyone truly sees what he is going through. Now picture his wife looking at him with appreciation and saying, "I see how hard you're working. I respect the way you take care of us. You are a great man." Those few words have the power to rejuvenate his spirit. Suddenly his exhaustion feels lighter. His burdens don't seem as overwhelming. He feels valued, acknowledged, and respected. But here's the reality. Most women assume their actions speak louder than words. They believe that cooking, cleaning, caring for the family, and staying committed to the relationship should be enough to show appreciation. While these actions are important, they do not replace the power of spoken words. A man's heart absorbs affirmation through what he hears. When a woman takes the time to speak life into him, it fuels his motivation to keep going. It makes him feel strong, capable, and deeply valued. Sadly, in today's world, many men go through life feeling unappreciated. They fight silent battles, dealing with financial stress, career challenges, personal insecurities, and the pressure of being a leader. But because they are expected to be strong, they rarely express these struggles. They continue pushing forward, hoping that someone will notice, that someone will see their efforts. This is why a simple word of encouragement from a woman can make an extraordinary difference. It is not about flattery or empty praise. It is about genuine acknowledgement of a man's efforts, sacrifices, and strengths. The power of affirmation is not just about making a man feel good, it is about activating his God-given potential. When a man hears words that uplift him, he becomes a better leader, a stronger provider, and a more loving protector. He is more likely to step into his role with confidence and integrity. He begins to walk with purpose, knowing that he is not only needed, but also deeply valued. A woman's words and actions have the power to either build a man up or tear him down. A simple acknowledgement of his hard work, his leadership, or his sacrifices can make an enormous difference in his confidence. When a wife tells her husband, "I trust your judgment," or "I admire the way you lead our family," it speaks directly to his heart. When a mother tells her son, "I am proud of the man you are becoming," it gives him the strength to face the world. When a sister tells her brother, "I respect how you stand up for what is right," it affirms his character. Respect is not about blind obedience or submission. It is about recognizing the value a man brings and expressing appreciation for his role. The Bible reminds us in Proverbs 14:01, "The wise woman builds her house, but with her own hands the foolish one tears hers down." A woman who understands the power of respect can strengthen the men around her, but a woman who constantly criticizes, belittles, or dismisses a man's efforts can weaken his spirit. Many men shut down emotionally because they feel their efforts are never enough. They work hard, try to provide, and do their best to lead, but when they are met with constant complaints or comparison, they feel unappreciated. This often leads to frustration, withdrawal, or even resentment. Respect is shown in both words and actions. While speaking words of encouragement is important, it must be backed by behavior that reinforces that respect. Rolling eyes, dismissing opinions, interrupting, or speaking harshly in front of others can all make a man feel small. Even small gestures, like listening when he speaks, trusting his decisions, and appreciating his efforts, can make a significant impact. It is in these moments that a man feels either valued or disregarded. A common misconception is that a man has to earn respect before it is given. While respect can certainly grow through actions, it is also a choice. Choosing to respect a man means believing in his potential even when he struggles. It means speaking life into him even when he faces failure. It means recognizing his strengths instead of constantly pointing out his weaknesses. A man who feels respected will rise to the occasion, but a man who feels disrespected may lose the will to keep trying. Respect also plays a major role in a man's spiritual growth. A man who is uplifted and encouraged by the women in his life is more likely to step into his God-given role as a leader. He is more likely to pray, to seek God's wisdom, and to lead his family with strength and humility. A woman who respects a man aligns herself with God's design for relationships. She becomes a source of strength for him, helping him become the man God created him to be. In today's world, many men are struggling in silence. They battle financial stress, career pressures, and personal doubts, yet they continue to move forward because they believe it is their duty. They do not ask for recognition, but that does not mean they do not need it. A man who hears, "I respect you," or "I appreciate what you do for us," will carry those words in his heart, using them as fuel to keep going. When a woman understands the power of respect, She has the ability to transform her relationship, strengthen the men around her, and bring peace to her home. Respect is not about putting a man on a pedestal. It is about giving him the confidence to walk in his purpose. It is about seeing the good in him, speaking life into him, and encouraging him to be the man God has called him to be. Men are often seen as strong, independent, and self-sufficient, but deep inside they carry silent battles that few ever see. Society conditions them to be the providers, the protectors, and the leaders of their families and communities. They are expected to handle stress, pressure, and responsibility without showing signs of weakness. Yet, beneath the surface, many men long for encouragement, appreciation, and emotional support. The unspoken needs of men go unnoticed, not because they are unnecessary, but because men are rarely given a space to express them. This is why words of affirmation, respect, and appreciation can have a profound impact on a man's confidence, mental strength, and spiritual growth. Many women assume that men do not need emotional support in the same way women do. They believe that as long as a man is fulfilling his role, he does not require validation or reassurance. However, just like women need love, men need to feel respected, valued, and acknowledged. The Bible tells us in Proverbs 12:25, "Anxiety in a man's heart weighs him down, but a good word makes him glad." This verse reveals a hidden truth. Men experience anxiety, doubt, and burdens, but the right words can lift their spirits. A simple, genuine word of encouragement can be the difference between a man feeling defeated and a man finding the strength to keep going. The reality is that most men suffer in silence. They wake up every day with responsibilities weighing on their shoulders, providing for their families, maintaining stability, solving problems, and trying to live up to expectations. Many men do not vocalize their struggles because they have been taught to suppress their emotions. They feel that expressing their difficulties might make them appear weak or inadequate. As a result, they internalize their stress, hoping that their actions alone will show how much they care. But deep inside, they long to be seen, heard, and appreciated. A man who never hears words of encouragement may begin to feel invisible. He may feel as though his sacrifices go unnoticed, his hard work is taken for granted, and his efforts are never enough. This is why it is crucial for the women in his life, whether a wife, a daughter, a sister, or a mother, to acknowledge and affirm him. Respecting a man's unspoken needs is not just about recognizing what he does, but also about understanding who he is. Telling a man, "I see the effort you put in," or "I respect how hard you work for us," can bring life to his spirit. The Bible also emphasizes the power of words. In Ephesians 4:29, "Let no corrupting talk come out of your mouths, but only such as is good for building up, as fits the occasion, that it may give grace to those who hear." This means that words should be used to uplift, strengthen, and encourage. A woman who understands this will use her words to bring peace, confidence, and motivation to the men around her. Instead of criticism, she will offer support. Instead of complaints, she will offer gratitude. Instead of doubt, she will offer belief. Men also struggle with doubts about their ability to lead and provide. Even the strongest men question whether they are doing enough, whether they are making the right decisions, and whether they are truly fulfilling their purpose. A woman who reassures a man of his worth gives him the confidence to walk boldly in his calling. She becomes his source of encouragement, reminding him that he is capable, strong, and worthy of respect. One of the most powerful ways a woman can affirm a man is by trusting him. Trust is deeply tied to respect. When a woman constantly questions a man's decisions, undermines his leadership, or dismisses his efforts, he begins to feel inadequate. However, when she expresses confidence in him, when she tells him, "I believe in you," or "I trust your judgment," it strengthens his resolve. It reminds him that he is not alone in his struggles and that his efforts are valued. Another overlooked aspect of a man's unspoken needs is his desire for emotional connection. While men may not always express their emotions in the same way women do, they still long for deep, meaningful relationships. They want to feel understood, appreciated, and respected. A simple act of listening without judgment, offering words of affirmation, or acknowledging his struggles can make a world of difference. The world often celebrates men for their accomplishments, financial success, career achievements, or physical strength. But what truly strengthens a man is knowing that he is respected and valued in his home. A man who feels respected by his wife, appreciated by his children, and encouraged by his loved ones will naturally rise to his full potential. He will be more likely to lead with wisdom, to provide with diligence, and to love with sincerity. Women have an incredible ability to bring out the best in the men around them through their words and actions. A man who receives consistent affirmation and encouragement from a woman he values will walk with confidence. He will approach challenges with greater resilience, knowing that he has support. On the other hand, a man who constantly hears words of criticism, doubt, or negativity may begin to withdraw, feeling as though his efforts are never enough. It is important to remember that men are not machines. They are human beings with emotions, fears, and struggles. They may not always voice their needs, but that does not mean they do not exist. The power of a woman's words cannot be underestimated. Just as a woman thrives in an environment where she feels loved and cherished, a man flourishes when he feels respected and appreciated. Many relationships suffer not because love is absent, but because respect and appreciation are lacking. A man who is uplifted and encouraged will naturally want to give more, love more, and lead with strength. A woman who understands this will use her words to build him up, knowing that her encouragement can be the very thing that helps him fulfill his God-given purpose. Men often live their lives carrying a deep but unspoken desire, the need to be appreciated. They may not always express it openly, but appreciation is one of the most powerful forces that drive a man's confidence, ambition, and sense of purpose. When a man knows that his hard work, sacrifices, and efforts are valued, he feels a renewed strength to keep going, to lead, and to protect. The Bible emphasizes the power of acknowledgement and encouragement in Proverbs 27:17. As iron sharpens iron, so one person sharpens another. This verse highlights the importance of building each other up, and one of the greatest ways a woman can do this for the men in her life is through the power of appreciation. A man's role in life, whether as a husband, father, brother, or leader, comes with immense responsibility. He is often expected to be the provider, the protector, and the decision maker, carrying the weight of ensuring stability and security for those he loves. However, the pressures of life can be overwhelming, and many men feel as though they are constantly in a battle, whether in their careers, relationships, or personal struggles. When a man does not receive appreciation, he may begin to feel invisible, as though his efforts are expected but never acknowledged. A simple thank you or an expression of gratitude can be more powerful than many realize. A wife who tells her husband, "I appreciate everything you do for our family," or a daughter who tells her father, "Thank you for always being there for me," speaks directly to a man's heart. These words reassure him that his efforts are seen and valued. The Bible reminds us in 1 Thessalonians 5:11, "Therefore encourage one another and build each other up, just as in fact you are doing." Encouragement and appreciation are not just acts of kindness. They are biblical principles that create strong, lasting relationships.